also.
You might remind me or advise when I have 1 minute left. Thank you. Last Ciancórla, thank you for the opportunity to speak on the motion before us this evening. It's obviously a very pressing political issue, and it's an issue of deep concern to a lot of people out there. And can I just say from the beginning that lest anyone assumes a decision has been made, the reality of the matter is this. The Duffy-Walsh report is there. It is currently being looked at by sectoral interests. When that goes back to Cabinet, Cabinet will make a decision that will become government policy. So let us not now at this stage presuppose or presume what the outcome of that process is going to be. There is a commitment in the programme for government to reform the JLC structure. About that there is no doubt. There are many other issues, in my view, that government need to look at, apart from the rates of workers or lower paid workers on a Sunday, like the whole issue, for example, of legal and medical fees. In this current economic turmoil, there are still higher professionals who are charging sums of money more akin to the Celtic Tiger Ireland. And I think that's one of the areas, or two of the areas, that should be on the table, not just an issue, not just issues like the Sunday premium. In terms of government making decisions, there are definitely going to be difficult decisions to be made, and unpalatable decisions. And no one in government are certainly going to walk away from the responsibility of making decisions like that. However, I will say this. I certainly, along with my colleagues, will not turn my back on those working in sectors like catering and hairdressing and security. These are people who have disproportionately carried the burden of the economic collapse. These are people who have inordinately suffered because of right-wing politics and right-wing ideology in this country over the last number of years. Because of the excesses of vulture capitalists during the Celtic Tiger era. That being said, Ciancórla, I want to give a commitment in this House this evening, and that commitment is this. Unpalatable decisions will be made. Let us not presume that these decisions are going to affect the lower paid. And let me say this. Deputy Higgins has a cheek to mention the spirit of Connolly and Larkin in his motion, because Deputy Higgins was a member of the party of Connolly and Larkin, and in line with his political behaviour, he couldn't behave himself and he was expelled. And that stands out in my mind as one of the finest decisions ever made by the Labour movement in this country. I will also have it to say, thank you, Ciancórla. I will also have it to be said that any lectures from a tired Trotskyite about solidarity will be dealt with and absolutely ignored, as we should do, because anyone whose political career is characterised by divisiveness, driving a wedge between small groups of people, running off to the European Parliament, coming back here as United Left, having stood as an independent Labour candidate in Mulhurdert in 1999, can I say this? Up there with the decision to abolish third-level fees, one of the finest decisions ever made by the Labour movement was to throw that man out of the Labour Party. And can I advise him, in future, when he has the opportunity of raising issues on private members' time, let him pick an issue that will stick. Thank you, Ciancórla.